after being king, the rovers live so well. And the roving I will go, a roving I will go, and the roving I will go, a roving I will go. Hey, I sleep beneath an oak tree, and there I pay no rent. Providence provides for me, and I am well content. And the roving I will go, a roving I will go, and the roving I will go, a roving I will go.
Namaste, Darshak Brin, Swagatam! Ladies and gentlemen, to the globe-to-globe performance of Hamlet. A year and a half ago, we left our home in London, began our journey to take this little production to every nation in the world. And we are delighted to be here. Nation number 134, Nepal! We have just 3 small requests. Firstly, please turn off your mobile phones. Secondly, please do not flash us with your cameras. Thirdly, and most importantly, enjoy the show! And a roving I will go, a roving I will go.
Who's there?
Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king!
Bernardo, he, you come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Get to bed, Francisco.
For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold, and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. Stand! Oh, who's there?
Friends, to this ground!
Policeman to the Dane.
Give me good night.
Oh, farewell, honest soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Bernardo has my place. Give me good night.
Hola, Bernardo.
Say, what? There's Horatio there.
A piece of him!
Oh, welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What has this thing appeared again tonight?
I've seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy. Will not let belief take hold of him.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Let us once again assail your ears when we of 2 nights see.
Well, speak.
Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made his course to illume that part of heaven, when now it burns, the bell then beating one.
Peace, Dios! Look where it comes again.
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Looks it not like the king?
Most like, it harrows me with fear and wonder.
It will be spoken to.
Question it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form, in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven I charge thee, speak!
He's a stranger, see, and stalks away.
Speak! Speak! By heaven I charge thee, speak!
'Tis gone. Will not answer.
How now, Horatio? But you tremble and look pale. What think you on?
Oh my God, I might not disbelieve!
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself! Such was the very armour he had on, when he the ambitious Norway combated.
Thus twice before, and jump at this dead hour, with martial stalk hath he gone by our watch.
This bodes so strange eruption to our state.
Sit down, and tell me, he that knows, why this same strict and most observant watch doth make the night joint labour with the day. For who is it that can inform me?
That can I. At least the whisper goes so. Our last king, whose image even but now appeared to us, was, as you know, by Fortinbras of Norway dared to the combat, in which our valiant Hamlet did slay this Fortinbras, who by a sealed compact did forfeit with his life all those his lands. Now, sir, young Fortinbras hath in the skirts of Norway here and there shut up a list of lawless resolutes to recover of us those aforesaid lands, so by his father lost. And this, I take it, is the main motive of our preparations.
Well may it sort that this portentous figure comes armoured through our watch, so like the king.
The motive is the trouble the mind lies. Behold, no! Where comes again? Across the day, blast me! Stay, illusion! If there be any good thing to be done which may to thee do ease or grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily for knowing may avoid, oh, speak! Stay and speak! Stay, Marcellus! Here!
Tis gone. We do it wrong. been so majestical to offer it the show of violence. For it is as the air, invulnerable.
It was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons. But look, the morn in russet mantle clad walks o'er the dew of yon high eastward hill. Break we our watch up, and by my advice let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him.
Oh yes, of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet, so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, have we, as 'twere, with a defeated joy, with mirth in funeral, and dirge in marriage, in equal scale, weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. For all our thanks. Now, for ourselves and this, we have here Ritu Norway, uncle of young Fortinbras, who, impotent and bedrid, scarcely hears of this his nephew's purpose to suppress his further gait herein. And we here dispatch you, good Cornelius, and you, Balderman, for bearers of this greeting to all Norway. Come up, and let your haste commend your duty.
In that and all things will we show our duty.
We doubted nothing, heartily farewell. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What was thou beg, Laertes?
My dread lord, your favourable license, now that the funeral rites are all performed, to leave and to return to France.
Have you your father's leave in this? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine, and thy best graces. Spend it at thy will. But now, our cousin Hamlet, and our son.
Little more than kin, and less than kind.
How is that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I'm too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off, and let thine eye look like a friend of Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam, that it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These indeed seem. For they are actions that a man might play, but I have that within which passage shows. These but the trappings and suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father, that father lost his. To persever in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. It's a fault to heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, to reason most absurd, whose common theme is death of fathers, and who still have cried from the first cause till he that died today. This must be so. We pray you, think on us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech, bend you to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eyes.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and a fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark. Madam, come. England unforced the court of Hamlet since smiling to my heart. In grace whereof, no jock and help that Denmark drinks today, but the great cannons of the clouds shall tell, the rouse the king shall drink unto Prince Hamlet.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon gainst self-slaughter. Oh God, God, how weary, stale, flat and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie, 'tis an unweeded garden that groans to see things rank and gross in nature possess it merely, that it should come to this, but 2 months dead. Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king that was to this Hyperion, to a satyr, so loving to my mother that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember. Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on, and yet within a month, let me not think on frailty, thy name is woman. A little month, or ere those shoes were old with which he followed my poor father's body like Niobe, all tears, why even she, oh God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mauled longer, married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. And yet within a month, ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left a flashing in her galled eyes, she married. O most wicked speed, to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheep, it is not, nor it cannot come to good. It would break my heart, so I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship!
I'm glad to see thee well. Horatio! For I do forget myself.
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
So, my good friend, what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio? Marcellus, my good lord, I'm glad to see you well, but what in faith make you from Wittenberg?
A truant's disposition, good my lord.
I would not hear your enemies say so. I know you are no truant. And what is your affair in Elsinore? Come. We'll teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray thee do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral banquets that coldly furnish forth in marriage tables. Would I have met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I'd seen that day, Horatio? My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him for all in all, I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Season your admiration for a while with an attent ear, till I may deliver this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together had this gentleman, Marcellus, with Bernardo, on their watch in the dead vast and middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure like your father appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them, whilst they, distilled almost to jelly with the act of fear, stand dumb and speak not to him. And I, with them the 3rd night, kept the watch, where, as they had delivered both in time, form of the thing, each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father, these hands are not more like.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it not. Yet once, methought it lifted up its head and did address itself to motion, like as it would speak.
It's very strange.
As I do live, my honoured lord, 'tis true.
Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
Armed, say.
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe.
My lord, from head to foot.
Then saw you not his face?
Oh, yes, my lord.
What? Looked he frowningly?
Countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Pale or red?
Nay, very pale.
And fixed his eyes upon you.
Most constantly.
And would I have been there?
Would have much amazed you.
Very like, stayed it long.
While one with moderate haste might tell 100.
Longer,
But when I saw it,
I will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. So fare you well.
A duty to your honor.
Your love as mine to you. Farewell. All is not well. I doubt some foul play, but would the night will come. Till then, sit still, my soul.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. Sister, did not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favour, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, no more.
No more, but so.
Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear. His greatness weighed, his will is not his own. He himself is subject to his birth. Then weigh what loss your honour may sustain. If with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity, fear it. Ophelia, fear it. My dear sister, keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads.
Fear me not. I stay too long, but here my father comes.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for there. My blessing with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory see thou character. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new-hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it that the opposed may beware of thee. And costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy, rich not bawdy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. And neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself or friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my greeting, my blessing. Make this strong.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
To the time invites you go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia. And remember well what I've said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is Ophelia? He hath said to you.
So please you something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Very well before. Hamlet, 'tis told me he hath very often of late given private time to you, and you yourself have, of your audience, been most free and bounteous. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? You speak like a green girl. And do you believe these tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Marry, I'll teach you. Tender yourself more dearly, or not to crack the wind of the poor phrase roaming it thus. You'll tender me a fool.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love, in honourable fashion.
Aye, fashion, you may call it.
And have given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springs to catch woodcocks. From this time, the somewhat scanter of your maiden presence believed so much in him that he is young and with a larger tether may he walk than may be given you. In few Ophelia, do not believe his mouth. This is wrong. Look to it, I charge you. Come your way.
Shall obey, my lord.
Trumpet must proudly triumph on his way. My marry is, but to my mind, I related him to the man of war, is a custom more honoured in his breach than the observance. This heavy-headed rebel, east and west, makes us to do angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health, or goblin damned. Bring with the airs from heaven, or blasts from hell, thou comest in such questionable shape that I'll speak with him. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me. Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why the sepulchre, at least all the quite inert, hath opened his ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. Say, why is this? Wherefore, what should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it.
But with what courteous action it waves. Do not go.
No, by no means.
They will not speak, then I'll follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why, what should be the fear? It waves me forth again. I'll follow
What
it.
if it tempt you toward the floods, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff?
I do not set my life in a pin's
And
fee.
there assumes some other horrible form, which might deprive your sovereignty of reason.
It waves me still. Go on, I'll follow it.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hand!
You shall not go.
My faith cries out, and hand me gentlemen, or by heaven I'll make a ghost of him that takes me. I say away. Go on, I'll follow thee.
Desperate with imagination.
Let's follow. It is not fit thus to obey him.
Come after. To what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
Where wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me!
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain turn to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast in fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burned and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold, whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy two eyes like stars, start from their spheres. But oh, him thou did ever thy dear father love. Oh God, repent his foul and most unnatural murder. Murder. Most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Is me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation, all the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
I find thee, Anne. Now, Hamlet, here. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me, so the whole ear of Denmark is by a forged process of my death rankly abused. Then know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
That incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts, Oh, wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce one to his shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love was of that dignity that it went hand in hand, even with the vows I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wreck. But so, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief, let me be. Sleeping within my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour my uncle stole, with juice of cursed Hebanon in a vial, and in the porches of my ears did pour the leprous distilment, whose effect holds such an enmity with the blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a sudden vigor it doth toss it and curd, like eager droppings into milk, the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine, and all my smooth body barked and tittered on. Thus was I, sleeping, by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off even in the blossoms of my sins, unhoused, disappointed, unannulled, no reckoning made, but sent unto my grave with all my accounts and sins upon my head. Oh, horrible! Oh, horrible! Most horrible!
Oh, God!
If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. But howsoever, let not thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge to prick and sting her. Then all at once, the glowworm shows the matin to be near, and begins to pale his ineffectual fire. And adieu! Hamlet! Remember me!
Oh, you host of heaven! Oh, what else? And shall I couple hell? Remember thee, I, thou poor ghost, what memory holds the seat of this distracted globe. Remember thee. Yea, from the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, all stores of books, all forms, all precious past, and thy commandment all alone shall live, within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Yes, by heaven! Oh, most pernicious woman! Oh, villain! Villain! Smiling, damned villain! My tables. Meet it is, I set it down that one may smile and be a villain. At least I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word, it is adieu, adieu, remember me.
My lord! My lord! Heaven secure him!
So be it. Hello, ho, ho, boy. Come, bird, come.
How is it, my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it!
No, you'll reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven!
Nor I, my lord.
How say you then? Good-hearted man once think it, but you'll be secret.
By heaven, my lord.
There's ne'er a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an arrant knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord, to tell us this.
Why, right. You are in the right. And so, without more circumstance at all, I hold it fit that we shake hands and part. You, as your business and desire shall point you. For my own poor part, I'll go pray.
These are but wild and whirling words, my lord.
I'm sorry they offend your heart.
There's no offence, my lord.
Yes, by St. Patrick, but there is, Horatio, and much offence too. And now, good friends, as you are friends, scholars, and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you've seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear.
In faith, my lord, not I.
All right, my lord, in faith.
Upon my sword.
We have sworn, my lord, already.
Indeed, upon my sword, indeed. Say yourself so, boy. You hear this fellow in the cellarage cup. Consent to swear.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never to speak or This that you've seen tonight, swear by my sword. Well said, old mole. Canst work in the earth so fast, a worthy pioneer. And once more, remove, good friends.
Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophy. But come, here is before, and never, so help you mercy, how strange or odd soever I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think it meet to put an antique disposition on the view. At such time seeing me never shall with arms encumbered thus, or this headshake, or by pronouncing of some doubtful phrases, well, we know, or we could, and if we would, or such ambiguous giving out, the note that you know ought to be. This not to do, so grace and mercy at your most knees help you. Swear. Rest, perturbed spirit. So then, let us go in together and still your fingers on your lips, I pray you. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right. They come. Let's go together.
Give him this money and these notes, Rinaldo.
I will, my lord.
You shall do marvellous wisely, good Rinaldo, before you visit him, to make inquire of Laertes' behaviour.
My lord, I did intend it.
Very well said, very well said. Look you, sir, inquire me first what danskers are in Paris, and how and who, what means, and where they keep. And finding they do know my son, come you more nearer. Take you, as it were, some distant knowledge of him as that. I know his father and his friends, and in part him do you mark this, Rinaldo?
Aye, very well, my lord.
And in part him, but you may say not well. But if it be he, I mean, he's very wild, addicted so and there. Put on him what forgeries you please.
The gaming, my lord.
Aye, and drinking, fencing, swearing, quarrelling, drabbing, you may go so far.
My lord, that would dishonour him.
If faith not of which, no, not of which. Now happy, he closeth with you in the consequence, as you may season it in the charge. Then, sir, does he this. He does. What was I about to say? Oh, by the mass, I was about to say something. Where did I leave that?
He closeth with him in the consequence.
Ah, you say right. He closeth with him thus. I saw him yesterday, or t'other day, or then, or at such a time, a dicing, or a tennis, aye, or drinking drunk, or entering a house of likeness, viz. brothel. Thus, sir, do we that know the world, being men of reach, by indirections find directions forth, and so shall you, my son. You have me, have you not?
My lord, I have.
God will you fare you well.
Good, my lord.
And bid him play his music.
Well, my lord.
Farewell. How now, Ophelia, what's the matter?
My lord, I have been so affrighted.
With what, in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all unbraced, no hat upon his head, and his stockings fouled, ungartered and down-guided to his ankle, pale as his shirt to his knees, knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors. He comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard, then goes to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so, at last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh, so piteous and profound as it seemed to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go. And with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes, for out of doors he went, without their helps, and to the last bended their light on me.
Mad for thy love! What? Have you given him any crosswords of late?
I did deny his letters and repel his gifts, as you did charge me.
Why, that hath made him mad! I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not noted him. I thought he did but trifle, and meant to wreck thee. Ah, come! Go we to the king!
2, 3. Most fair return and greetings and desires. Upon the first, he sent out to suppress his nephew's levies, which Fortinbras obeys, receives rebuke from Norway and in fine, makes vow before his uncle, nevermore, to give thee a set of arms against your majesty.
It likes us well. We thank you for your well-took labour. Most welcome home. Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation? So call it, I entreat you both. Vouchsafe your rest here some little time. So by your companies to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasion you take leave, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus.
Good gentlemen, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am, 2 men there are not living to whom he more adheres. If it would please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to expend your time with us a while, your visitation to receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesty's might by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in a full bent to lay our service freely at your feet.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz.
My good liege, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king, and I do think that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That's what I long to hear. He tells me, my dear Gertrude, he hath found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
Ah, I doubt it is no other but the main. His father's death and our hasty marriage.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Oh, mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is but to be nothing else but mad. So let that go.
A more matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity, 'tis true. A foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad, let us grant him then, and now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say the cause of this defect. For this defect comes by cause, thus it remains, and the remainder thus prepared. I have a daughter, while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience, mark, hath given me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia, that's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, now you shall hear.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Good madam, stay a while. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love her. Oh, dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers, I have not art to reckon my bones, but that I love you best, oh most best, believe it, adieu, Hamlet.
But how has she received his love?
What do you think of? But what might you think when I had seen this hot love of the ring as I perceived it? I must tell you that before my daughter told me, what might you, or my dear Majesty, your queen here, think, if I had looked upon this lovely bridal sight? What might you think? No. I went round to work and my precepts gave her that she should lock herself from this resort, and with no messengers, receive no tokens, which done, she took the fruits of my advice and being impulse, a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence to a watch, thence into a weakness, thence to a likeness, and by this declension into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be. Oh, very likely.
Take this from this, if this be a lie.
But how may we try it further?
You know, he sometimes walks 4 hours together here in the loft.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind the arras then, mark the encounter, if he love her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon. Let me be no assistant for a state, but keep a farm and carters.
We will try it.
But look where sadly the poor wretch comes reading.
I do beseech you both away. I'll board him presently. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Now, my good lord, do you know me?
Excellent, well. You are a fishmonger.
Not I.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir. To be honest as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord. He's gone far gone. What do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Oh, slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have hollow eyes, weak backs, pitiful weak hams, and gouty legs, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit. All which, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down.
Though this be madness, yet there's method in it. Will you walk out to the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that is out to the air. How pregnant his replies are. Yet he took me for a fishmonger. All this comes by love. When I was young, I suffered much ecstasy in love, very near this. My lord, I most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part with, or except my life! Except my life! Except my life!
Very well, my lord. You go to seek the Lord Hamlet? There he is.
God bless you, sir.
My honoured lord!
My most dear Lord.
My excellent good friend! Hey! Viva Academia! Viva Professores! Vita nostra plebis est! Brevi finietur! Uncle Stowgill! Ah, Rosencrantz! Good lads, how do you both?
As the different children of the earth.
Happy is that when I'm over happy, and fortune's cat we're on the very bottom.
And all the soles of her shoe?
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist or in the middle of her favours.
Faith, her private suite.
Oh, the secret parts of fortune. Most true, she is a strumpet. What's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. But let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world
A
one.
goodly one in which there are many confines, wards and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why then 'tis none to you. And there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison.
Why then, your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space. Why, not that I have bad dreams. Shall we to the court?
Wait upon you.
No such matter. I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, but in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am, I'm even poor in thanks, but I thank you. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining, a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me, come. Come, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love. Were you sent for or no? Nay then, I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire, why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
There is no such stuff in my thoughts, my lord.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in men, what Lenten entertainment the player shall receive. We coach them on the way, and hither are they come.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. What players are they?
Even those you are wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city.
Where are the players?
Gentlemen, your hands clap. The appurtenance of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extent to the players, which I tell you must show fairly outward, should more appear like entertainment than yours. You are welcome, but my uncle father and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a hand sword.
Well be with you, gentlemen.
Do you see yonder great baby? Is not yet out of his swaddling clouds.
That may be, for this an old man is twice the child.
He comes to tell me of the players and market, and you say right, sir, a Monday morning. Yes.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
My lord, I have news to tell you. When Rossius was an actor in Rome.
The actors are come hither, my lord.
Buzz!
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, comical, historical, pastoral, tragical, historical, comical, historical, pastoral, scene, individual, or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor Claudius too light.
Oh, Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou?
What a treasure had he, my lord?
Why, one fair daughter and no more, the which he loved passing well.
Still not my daughter.
Am I not in the right, old Jephthah?
If you call me Jephthah, my lord, I have a daughter that I love passing well.
Masters, you are welcome, welcome all. I'm glad to see thee well. Welcome, good friends. Ah, my old friend. What? My young lady and mistress? By a lady, your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw you last. Pray God your voice be not cracked. Masters, you are welcome, welcome all. Come, we'll have a speech straight, come. Give us a taste of your quality, come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not about once, for the play, I remember, please not the million, was caviar to the general, but as I received it, 'twas set down with as much modesty as cunning. One speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to die. And there especially where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If you live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Arcadian beast. It's not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble. When he lay couched in the ominous horse, hath now his black and grim complexion smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot, now is he total ghouls horridly tricked, with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, and thus our sized with coagulate gore, with eyes like carbuncle, old grandsire Priam seeks. So go on.
Oh, God, my lord, well spoken, and with good accent.
On! He finds him striking two sworded Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus and Priam drives! Enraged, strikes wide, but with the whip and wind of his felled sword, the under-mid father falls. Then, senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top, stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash, takes prisoner Pyrrhus here. Although his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed in the air to stick. So, as a painted tyrant, Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing. So, after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance sets in newer work, and never did the Cyclops hammers fall on Mars' armor, forged for proof in turn, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam!
This is too long.
Sorry, Jim. Say on, come to heck you, Buster.
Oh, and who had seen the Moblet Queen?
Moblet Queen.
That's good. Moblet Queen is good.
Run, barefoot up and down, upon a road about her lank and all or teeming loins, a blanket, the alarm of fear caught up. But if the gods themselves had seen her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport, enmincing with his sword her husband's limb, the instant burst of clamour that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milk for the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Look, he has not turned his colour, and has tears in his eyes, pray you no more.
Keep well. I'll have these spit out the rest soon. Good, my lord. Will you see these prayers well bestowed?
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
God's body killed man, much better use every man after his desert and who should state whipping or use them are after your own honour and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
And follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play the murder of Gonzaga?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. We'll hack tomorrow night, and you could, for a lead, study a speech of some dozen or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert it, would you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lord, and look you, mock him not. I'll leave you till night, my good friends. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Aye. So good be with you. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her working all his visage wan, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do, had he the motive and cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. And I, a dull and muddy metal rascal, can say nothing. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain, breaks my plate across, plucks off my beard, and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose? Who does me this? Swoons I should take it, for it cannot be, but I am pigeon-livered. For ere this, I should have fatted all the region kites with this slave's offal. Bloody, bawdy villain! Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I! This is most brave, and I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words, and fall a-cursing like a very drab and scullion fie upon it. Foe about my brain! I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed all their malefactions. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks, I'll tend him to the quick, if he but blench. I know my course. The play's a thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Can you by no twist of circumstance get from him why he puts on this confusion?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
Did you essay him to any pastime?
Madam, it so fell out that certain players you all wrought in the way of these we told him, and there it seemed him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are about the court, and as I think they have already ordered this night to play before him.
'Tis most true, and he did beseech me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
Gertrude, you'll see this play?
Oh, my lord, I will, and it joys me in the soul. He is inclined to any kind of mirth.
It likes us well. Gentlemen, seek still to increase his mirth. Spare for no cost, our coffers shall be open.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us here. We have closely sent for Hamlet hither, but he has to by accident may hear affront Ophelia.
I shall obey you, and for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honours.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. The king shall be unseen. Read on this book. I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is a question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die. To sleep no more. And by a sleep, to say we end the heartache and thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? For who would these fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. Softly now, the fair Ophelia, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honour for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours I have longed long to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you all.
My honoured lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed, has made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again. To the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord.
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
Was the more deceived?
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not born. Oh, I am proud, with more sins at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawl in between earth and heaven? We are arrant knaves all. Leave none of us to another. Go. Where is your father?
Oh, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house, to a nunnery. Go!
Oh, and you say in heavens!
Get thee to a nunnery, go, farewell, or, if thou will needs marry, marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. Get thee to a nunnery, go, and quickly too.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore
I
him!
have heard of your paintings too. Well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, and you list. Go to. I'll no more on It has made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery, go!
Love? His affections do not that way tend. Nor what he spake was not like madness. And a quick determination thus set it down. So we speak to England for the demand of our neglected tribute. What think you of?
It shall do well. But yet I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all.
What a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars' eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mould of form. The observed of all observers, quite down. And I of ladies most reject and wretched, that sucks the honey of his music vows, now see this noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harp. Oh, woe is me! To have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
Speech I failed, and I pronounced it here, perfectly on the tongue. But if you nailed it, as many of your players do, and if we count Brian, spunk my line! Or do not call the instrument with your hand, but you I pray you avoid it.
I want to go on that.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your due. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance, that you are stepped on the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end both at the first and now was and is to hold, as were, the mirror up to nature. Show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time is form and pressure. Now this overdone, or come tardy off, though make the unskilful laugh, cannot make the judicious grieve.
My lord, we have indifferently reformed that among us.
Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak... Speak no more than is set down for them. And then again, you have some that keep one suit of jest, as a man is known by one suit of apparel, and gentlemen quotes his jest down in their tables before they come to the play, as such. Cannot you stay till I eat my porridge?
Cannot you stay till I eat my porridge?
You owe me a quarter's wages.
You owe me a quarter's wages.
Your beer is sour.
What to do? Kathmandu! Hola, hola, Coca-Cola! Your beer is sour!
The warm clown cannot make a jest unless by chance, as the blind man catches a hare. Masters, tell him of it.
We will, my
Oh,
lord.
don't make you ready. How now, my lord? Will the king hear this piece of work?
And the queen too, and that present
I think the players make haste. Will you two help to hasten?
We will, my lord.
What ho, Horatio!
Here, speak lord at your service.
Horatio, thou art e'en as just a man as ere my conversation cope with all.
Oh, my dear lord,
Nay, do not think I flatter. Since my dear soul was mistress of her choice, could of men distinguish her election, she has sealed thee for herself. And blessed are those whose blood and judgment are so well commingled that they are not a pipe for fortune's finger to sound what stops in thee. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core. Aye, in my heart of hearts as I do this. But something too much of this. There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes near the circumstance which I told thee of my father's death. Outward, when thou seest that act afoot, observe mine uncle, give him heedful note.
My lord, not the smallest alteration that shall appear in him, but I shall note it.
Ah, they come.
And now, Sir Hamlet, Abbey.
Excellent, i' faith. I eat the air, promise crammed, you cannot be capered so.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now.
Shall we have a play?
My lord, you played once in the university, say you.
That did I, my lord, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Just kill me.
Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord, this day upon your patience.
Come hither, my dear Hamlet. Sit by me.
No good, mother. He is metal more attractive.
Oh. No, ma.
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Do you think I meant country matters?
Think nothing, my lord.
That's a fair thought to lie between maids' legs.
What is my lord?
Nothing. This fellow will tell you.
For us and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
Is this a prologue or the posy of a ring?
'Tis brief, my lord.
As woman's love.
Full 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune sought wash and Tellus orbic grand, since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands unite mutual in most sacred bands.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again counter and love be done. But woe is me! You are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state.
Faithful, I must leave thee, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do. But thou must live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one as kind, for husband shalt thou.
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband let me be accursed. None wed the second, but she kills the first. A second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you spake, but what we do determine of, we break.
Nor earth to me give food, nor heaven light. Sport a group
sworn. Faithful, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
I can interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppets dallying.
You are married, my lord.
Who, I?
I, my lord.
Oh God, you're only jig maker. What should a man do but be merry? For look you, how cheerfully my mother looks. My father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
Died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet. Why then there's hope. A great man's memory may outlive his life half a year. Madam, how like you this play?
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
But she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offence in it?
No offence in the world. They do but jest.
What do you call the play?
The mousetrap. It is a knavish piece of work. What of that? Your Majesty, and we that have free souls, it touches us not.
Will you tell us what the show means, my lord?
To marry this mountain mallow, it means mischief.
You are keen, my lord, you are keen.
It would cost you a groaning to take off my head.
Better and worse.
So must you take your husband. Begin, murderer, begin a pox. Leave thy damnable faces and begin. Come, the croaking raven doth bellow for in vain.
Thoughts, black, hand, act, drugs, feet, and time agreeing. Conference season, else no creature seeing. Thy mixture rank of midnight weeds collected. With headed man thrice blasted. Thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life usurp immediately.
He poisons him in the garden for his estate. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of his wife.
King rises.
What? Frighted with false fire!
Oh, where's my lord?
Ah!
Give me some lights! Lights on!
Let the stick and dagger who weep, the heart and gall in play. For some must watch while some must sleep. So runs the world away. Oh, good Horatio, didst perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poison.
I did very well note him.
Aha! Come, some music. Come, the recorders. Come, some music.
Good my lord, vouchsafe me a word with you.
So our whole history.
The king, sir,
I shall what of him?
is in his retirement marvellous distempered.
With drink, sir.
No, my lord, rather with choler.
Oh, you should signify this to his doctor.
My lord, put your discourse into some frame.
I am tame, sir, pronounced.
Good, my lord! The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit has sent me to you.
You are welcome.
And as she says, your behaviour has struck her into amazement and admiration.
Oh, wonderful son that can so astonish a mother.
She desires to speak with you in her closet.
We shall obey, were she 10 times our mother. Oh, the recorder. Let me see one. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
Why, 'tis as easy as lying. Govern these messages with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth. A little discourse, most eloquent music. Are you looking? These are the stops.
These cannot I command. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now how unworthy a thing you would make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. Splod. Do you think I'm easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will, though you can fret me, yet you cannot play upon me.
My lord, you once did love me.
So I do still, by these pickers and stealers.
Well, my lord, we'll take our leave. God bless you, sir.
My lord, the Queen would speak with you.
Do you see yonder cloud that's almost in shape of a camel?
By the mass, and 'tis like a camel indeed.
Methinks it is like a weasel,
It is backed like a weasel.
or like a whale.
Very like a whale.
Then I'll come to my mother by and by.
I shall say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friend. 'Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. Now, could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on? Soft, now to my mother. O heart, lose not thy nature. Let not ever the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom, and let me be cruel, not unnatural.
I should not! Nor stands it safe to let this madness range. I will prepare you, and your commission will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you.
Most holy and religious fear it is to keep those many bodies safe that live and feed upon your majesty.
The seas of majesty dies not alone, but like a gulf to draw what's near it with it to this massy wheel.
Arm you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage, for we will fetters put upon this field, which now goes 2-3-footed.
Okay, sir.
My lord, he is going to his mother's closet. Behind the arras I'll bestow myself to hear the process. I'll warrant she'll tax him home. I'll call upon you when you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Thank you, good my lord. Oh, my offence is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray, can I not? Though inclination be as sharp as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent, and like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin, and both neglect. What form of prayer concern my turn? Forgive me my foul murder, and will never be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, my own ambition, and my queen. Try what repentance can. What can it not? Yet what can it, when one cannot repent? A wretched state, bosom black as death, lying in soul and struggling to be free, are more engaged. Help, angels, make her say, bow, stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel, be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it pat. Now he's praying. And now I'll do it. Ah! And so he goes to heaven, and so my revenge that would be scant. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do this same villain send to heaven. Ah, this is hire and salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown as flush as May. And am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul, when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. When he is drunk asleep, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gaming, swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it, they trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as black and damned as hell where it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go. No king on earth is safe if God's his foe.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a 10-minute interval. Thank you.